Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. In today's video, we will share out with you the secret tips of professional plumbers. Let's follow along and look forward to some surprising things. In the first trick, let's see how the man in the video fixes his metal water lock. To remove the broken threaded part inside the wall, he uses a grinding machine and 4 screws. Wow, I have seen how well it works. Oh, another faucet in his house is leaking. Let's see how he fixes this issue. First, he uses a candle to heat the middle part of the faucet. He uses a wrench to remove the tail part of the faucet. Not stopping there, he continues to disassemble all the components of the faucet. This task may seem simple, but in reality, it requires meticulousness from the person performing it. To accomplish it, I guess he must be quite skillful. This trick will help us save a lot of the money by not having to buy new water locks. So why don't we give it a try and follow his example? My mother's kitchen has several faucets that are leaking, and I think it's time for me to step in and help her deal with these issues. I will learn from this man, follow his tips, and I hope that I will succeed when putting them into practice. Let's get back to what the man in the edge video is doing. Oh, he has started to proceed with reassembling everything, just like it was before. Let's see if the head of the faucet is working well again, shall we? That's right, the head of the faucet is working well again. Now he will wrap in some Teflon tape to reattach the head and the body of the faucet together. And add another layer of Teflon tape to connect the faucet to its original water pipe. Wow, I have seen how well it works. In the next trick, let's learn together how to fix the drainage issue in this immense sink. First, he removes the damaged part of the drain pipe. Using a cutting plier along the length of a PVC pipe section, he used a hot air gun to easily transform that PVC pipe section into a straight plastic piece. Next, he uses some rings to draw different sized circles on the plastic piece. Once again, he uses the cutting plier to cut the plastic along the circles he just drew. Using glue, he does attach the larger circles together. Right after that, he places the smaller circle on top of the surface and uses a pen to mark it. At this moment, his grinding mold machine gets the opportunity to demonstrate its usefulness. In the next step, he cuts a portion of a plastic ring and uses glue to attach it inside a section of PVC pipe. After adding the circular cap he made earlier, he continues to fix another ring on top of them. At the remaining end of the pipe, he attaches a PVC end cap. After that, he attaches 2 small PVC pipe sections to both ends of a T-joint connector. We can see that he continues to connect one end with a 90-degree elbow joint. The other end is connected to the tool he made earlier. They look quite intricate, don't they? Now he is installing them into the sink's pipeline. And let's wait and see how they work. Looking at how he applies glue to attach the pipe sections, how he uses the hot air gun and saw for cutting, I am truly amazed by his skillfulness and professionalism. Right after he finished assembling the sink's pipeline, look there, his pipeline works very well, and there is no water leakage at all. Oops, the water pipe connector in his house is broken, leading to a serious water leakage issue. What should he do now to solve this problem? First, what he has is a bicycle chain and an iron pipe. After using a cutting machine to trim both ends of the iron pipe, he used a drill and screws to secure the bicycle chain onto the pipe. At the remaining end of the iron pipe, he continues to drill a hole. Then, he inserts the chain inside the pipe and attaches a chain link to the screw he just drilled. Let's see how it works. Wow! So it helped him to easily remove the pipe connector, and now we only need to solve the issue on the inside. In the next step, he uses a saw to cut off the damaged part of the pipe. He uses a hot air gun to easily shape the PVC pipe into the desired form. Using a cutting machine to cut along the length of the PVC pipe, he applies the same method as shown in the beginning of the video to turn the PVC pipe into a flat plastic piece. He uses the connector to draw larger circles on the plastic piece, and then he continues to draw smaller circles inside them, with the same size as the PVC pipe section he made earlier. Now it's time to cut along the drawn lines. After cutting the circles, he takes them and attaches them to the PVC pipe section he shaped earlier. He uses glue and foam to securely fasten them together. And of course, don't forget to smooth the surface before moving on to the next step. Taking some more baking soda, he continues to use it along with glue to secure the joint once again. Do you remember earlier when he cut a few circles? Now it's time for the second circle to come into play. He used glue to attach it to the bottom surface of the pipe section. Now our pipe can hold a much larger connector than its original size. Isn't this trick of his amazing? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. So all the steps are almost completed. Now he just needs to apply glue and install his creation back into the old water line, using the chain wrench he made. There you go, the job is done. In the next idea, you will guide us on how to connect PVC plastic pipes with flexible plastic pipes. First, he will heat the cap of a Coca-Cola bottle, then use a metal tube to make a hole in it. Right after that, he will thread the cap onto the outer side of a segment of flexible plastic pipe and add a rubber seal to the pipe segment. Cutting off the neck of the Coca-Cola bottle, he will heat a segment of PVC plastic pipe to be able to snugly fit the plastic pipe segment onto the bottleneck. In the next step, he uses adhesive to secure the plastic pipe segment to the bottle neck, then employs a hot air soldering tool to make the plastic part of the Coca-Cola bottle neck conform closely to the pipe segment. Now let's reassemble it and see how this water nozzle works. Oops! One nozzle is leaking water. Shut off the water supply. And now let's wait and see how he will handle it. A wrench is not what he chose to remove parts of the faucet. Instead, what he needs is a soldering machine. After heating up the faucet, now his wrench has the opportunity to demonstrate its functionality. Do you still remember the tips he instructed at the beginning of the video? Once again, he repeated those old tricks. It's truly amazing, isn't it? This demonstrates that the secrets he's guiding us through will be applicable in many situations. Just by watching his video, I've saved time and money while still being able to solve many life issues. At this moment, the man in the video is using ball bearings to create shapes on the flat plastic piece. Right after that, he uses scissors to cut them out. Don't forget to use sandpaper to smooth the surface of them after you've finished trimming. Use a knife along the paper to create a circle in the middle of them. Once you have these small circles with shapes like this, he will place them inside the water pipe and reassemble it as it was originally. Wrap the thread tape around the faucet before attaching it to the water pipe. Now let's predict together whether his faucet will work well, shall we? I guess it will. What about you? Oh my goodness! The sink faucet in his house is broken. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he fixes it. Firstly, he dismantled the pipelines to be able to remove the locking part of the faucet from the sink. Using a metal rod to turn the threaded pipe section, he can now easily remove the components of the lock. A broken sink lock is an issue that many households are facing. They would have to spend quite a bit of money to replace the new faucets, so these tips of his will help many homemakers save money. Why don't you try learning from his methods to fix the water locks in the kitchen to assist your mother or wife? I think that's a fantastic idea. They would be very pleased to receive your help. In the next step, he drilled a hole into a bottle cap. 57. Right after trimming and sanding the bottle cap into a small circular shape, he assembled it with the components of the lock. And now, the most crucial part is complete. He just needs to reassemble the lock components back to their original positions. And that's it. From before until now, I always thought that fixing this water lock was very difficult. Therefore, every time the water lock in the house was broken, I would just throw them away and replace them with a new water lock. However, after watching the tricks from the man in this video, I realized that, repairing a water lock is actually quite simple. After completing the repair process, he brought the lock back and installed it in the water tank. Look over there. His lock is functioning well again. Isn't that fantastic? Oops! The faucet at his sink is not usable. Let's see how he fixes it. First, He used plumber's tape to secure the pipe sections and removed the pipe sections so that he could take the faucet for repairs more easily. With just a small iron rod, he was able to extract the screw deep inside the faucet. Now let's disassemble the components of the faucet and work together to identify the issue that needs to be resolved. This is a very straightforward way to repair a water faucet if the faucet in your house is also experiencing a similar issue. You just need to do the same as the man in the video did. He applied oil inside a part of the faucet, and after reassembling it, it worked well again. Isn't this trick so simple? Give it a try, and let us know the results in the comments section. And now, the man in the video will reassemble the components of the water faucet just like it was before. Then, you will connect it to the pipeline. And let's wait together to see how it operates, shall we? Wow! Look there! Water is flowing out. How amazing! The faucet is working well again. In the next trick, he will guide us on how to fix a situation when the water pipe inside the wall gets punctured. Just be patient and wait to see what surprise is in store for you. The first thing he does is to drill small holes to be able to cut out a section of the wall. Only with this approach can you see the broken water pipe inside. And he measured and cut the empty space to make it more square and tidy. Before moving on to the pipe repair process, he will create a cover for the empty space first. Using a saw, cut out a piece of wood with dimensions matching the size of the empty space. Next, he cut out a piece of flexible plastic with dimensions matching the size of the hole in the water pipe section. Passing it through a small metal rod, he used glue to attach it to the pipe section. Baking soda and glue will help secure them more firmly. And of course, he didn't forget to use sandpaper to smooth the area where he attached them. Using a plastic pipe cutter, he cut out a relatively short length of pipe. Foam and glue are also a type of mixture that helps with strong adhesion, so he used it to attach the cut pipe section to the pipe inside the wall. And that's how the issue with the water pipe was resolved. Now all he needs to do is fit the cut piece of wood into the empty space and tap it with a hammer, and the job is done. Chairs covered in dust and dirt. This is probably an issue that many families are facing. So how can they be clean? Let's see how he deals with this problem. After drilling 2 holes on the lid of a box, he cut a piece of gasket to the size of the external threaded connectors. screw the connectors into the holes drilled on the box lid, and then he used glue to attach it to a section of PVC pipe. Once he had successfully made 2 boxes like that, he continued to use glue and various types of plastic pipes, PVC connectors, to be able to join them back together. In the next step, he poured sand into the inside of a PVC pipe section and then added sealed caps to both ends. Thanks to this, after heating, even if he bent the pipe section, it wouldn't deform. To create the suction head, he once again employed the technique with a heat gun, then used a wooden rod to press down, causing the end of the plastic pipe section to flatten. After that, he just needed to connect it to the bent section of the pipe, and the pipeline was complete. He drew the shape of the box's bottom on a piece of paper, then utilized clothes hangers to bend it into the drawn form. Now all he had to do was insert it inside the box and stick it back together, and his work was nearly complete. Connecting the pipes to the boxes. Now let's join him in testing the results. Whoa! Look there! Its suction force is really strong, but the work doesn't stop there. In order to clean the chairs even more thoroughly, he also used a bit of Coca-Cola and baking soda. Oh my goodness! Can you see it? His machine has made the chairs incredibly clean. Wow! I have seen how well it works. Using the metal wire to unclog a toilet, that doesn't sound like a promising solution. Let's see what technique the man in the video uses to deal with it. Before directly addressing the toilet issue, let's watch his experiment together. He used lime and water. When lime encounters water, it generates heat and creates pressure to push. Can you feel how intense this reaction is? It caused the box to become distorted and even shattered. Now let's return to the clogged toilet, shall we? Can you see? With just a bit of lime, he was able to effortlessly free the toilet from the clog. Another simple trick he teaches us is how to install a drain in the bathroom. After cutting off the excess pipe, he proceeded to cut the tile to fit the dimensions of the drain cover. Clean the area around the drain, and at this point, all he needs to do is use glue to secure the cover in place. That's it. Everything is done. Another clogged toilet. Let's see what clever trick he will share with us this time. Drill holes on the lid of the paint can that are the same size as the outer threaded connectors. Use glue to attach these connectors to the holes drilled on the paint can lid. Can you guess what he's crafting? Cutting away the bottom of a box, he proceeded to create a small hole on the body of that box. This small trick seems simple, but in reality, it actually involves quite a few steps, doesn't it? From applying glue to attaching the pipe sections, and then connecting them to the vacuum cleaner. I find it quite intricate. What about you? Let me know your answer in the comments section below. Although the process is somewhat intricate, the trade-off is that it yields excellent results. Look at this, whether it's paper scraps or various types of screws, it can all be sucked up. Now let's get back to his clogged toilet situation, and as expected, without any hindrance, the toilet has been thoroughly cleaned thanks to his homemade machine. Not only did it unclog the toilet, but also made it very easy to clean. His homemade machine is truly impressive. Moving on to the next trick, let him guide us on how to deal with a broken water faucet. The first thing he does to perform this A technique is to create his own cutting blade to cut the pipe. Let's watch the experimental process to see how effective his cutting blade really is. You're not mistaken, his cutting blade tech can indeed cut the plastic pipe inside the wall perfectly. Now, heat up the pipe sections to shrink their size, then apply glue and attach them inside the wall. For the remaining part, he removed the faucet from the connector. Right after applying glue inside the connector, he used fire to make it easier to remove the broken part of the pipe from inside. After trimming the PVC connector to make it flatter, he attached it to the pipe section and reinstalled the faucet as before. Next is a trick that helps us attach a water hose to the middle of a straight pipe. After drilling a small hole in the wall, he used sandpaper to smooth the inside of a PVC T-joint. Not stopping there, he proceeded to cut off the rear portion of the plastic D-joint using a piece of metal wire. Using a lighter, he heated a small section of the pipe, then used a knife along with sandpaper to create a small hole on the pipe. Afterward, he applied glue to attach the cut PVC T-joint onto that section of the pipe. Adding a piece of PVC pipe and a coupler to that, the remaining task is simply attaching the water hose. Right next, there's another water-related idea that he's going to guide us through. Be patient and await the unexpected surprise he has in store. At first glance, this seems like a very challenging issue due to the mismatched sizes of the connector and the water lock. But don't worry, our plumbing experts will reveal the secrets of their trade to you. Take note, as you never know when you might encounter similar situations, and in such cases, with these small tricks, you'll save a lot of time and money. 119. Now let's all move on to the final trick in today's video. 120. First, he used a heat gun to make the PVC pipe section into a flat piece of plastic. 121. Draw circles on it and then cut them out. 122. He used glue to stick them back together. 123. Next, he used a smaller PVC pipe section to measure and cut a circle in the middle of them. Right after that, he applied glue and attached a PVC connector onto it. 124. Cutting a small plastic ring to fit and reduce the size of the pipe section inside the wall. Then he attached the just made circle onto it, followed by another plastic ring. 125. Using a saw to trim away the excess plastic, now all he needs to do is attach another PVC pipe section, a connector, and attach the water lock. That's it, everything is complete. 126. And now, I sincerely thank you all for your attentive listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to watch our latest and most exciting videos. See you in the next ones.